Muln Automotive launched a full frontal attack on shorts this week, but will the momentum continue into next week? Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So obviously Friday's trade was a bit of a cool down from the two previous days, with the stock falling by about 12% and dropping a little bit further in the aftermarket. However, if you look back on how the stock traveled through the week, we're still up by about 70%, which is like a very surprising change for Muln Automotive, which has been on average dropping by about 35% to 40% each week for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So this was a nice welcome turnaround. Obviously, there were two catalysts that really drove the stock this week. After July 4th, we had the news that the company was going to be seeking legal advice into chasing what was happening with naked shorting and illegal short selling in the stock, as it can lead to manipulation in the stock price. A move very similar to what we saw with companies like Genius Group and Hellbiz earlier this week, and I kind of detailed a bit of that and how there were some parallels between what was going on. And then obviously there was a further parallel with what those two companies did when on Thursday, Muln Automotive had announced that they will be undertaking up to a $25 million stock buyback. Now, it wasn't a firm commitment to the stock buyback. So there are different types of buybacks that go out there. You have somewhere like what Marion has said, where it's actually a non-committal one, where they may not actually even buy one share back. However, you do have other stock buybacks where the whole figure has to be committed to buying back stocks. And that's usually obviously one that's done when a company has posted a profit. So basically what Muln Automotive has done with that move is they've given themselves the ability to be flexible with buying back stocks, to help push the price up. And I think that's something that they might be looking at doing, to obviously stave off any NASDAQ compliance issues, which may, eventuate. So that actually puts the stock in a reasonably, stable position heading in towards August 3 meeting. Obviously, there's a few weeks to go there. It still gives the stock a bit of maneuverability in the market, and it has actually probably done a little bit to stave off, some further damage done by shorts. Now, on the topic of shorts, now a lot has been made because if you look historically at Genius Group and Hellbiz, they've basically, when they have gone down this route of going after shorts and then also announcing, some soft or, potentially good ways to boost the stock value, i.e. by offering a quasi dividend, or in the case of Muln, a stock buyback, it has gotten a lot of people excited. And, basically there's been, at least in the short term, a bit of a short squeeze. Now, I like looking at Genius Group because that was kind of like the best performing one, because it 20x'd its stock price and is still today up by over 100% since they launched that attack into the shorts. Now, almost 6 months later, there's still been no real update as to what's going on with the investigation. It's just kind of a bit of money thrown at lawyers, I guess. But it was enough to boost a bit of market confidence. So hopefully Muln Automotive can see a bit of that action too, and we get to see a bit further rebound in the stock. Now, with the shorts, currently we're sitting at about 16% of the float short. There is a low cost to borrow, though. It's only about 10%, according to Fintel. However, what does look quite attractive is the stock actually has a very short period for shorts to cover. It's actually 0.03 days, again, based on what Fintel is giving us. So there is definitely some pressure on shorts to cover. While there's not a strong borrow fee, the days to cover would be getting many thinking, and the fact that there is definitely retail momentum in the stock, retail chatter around the stock has really picked up, and you even can just look at the general trading volume that has been behind Muln lately. It has been the highest it's been, I think, ever in terms of a 2 or 3 day trading period. So while Friday was a bit of a cool off, I don't see it as necessarily a step backwards in any potential short squeeze move that we could be looking at. Obviously when these things rally, they get people who have obviously rode up the stock, and we saw the stock up by almost triple this week. So some people are obviously looking to take some profit, and that's going to take a little bit of heat out of the stock. But often I find that, you know, when people have had some time to think about what's going on over the weekends and stuff like that, we kind of get a bit of retail momentum often on a Monday. Now, obviously, I'm just speculating here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bit of return of retail buying action on Monday and pushing the stock a little bit further, at least to start the week and possibly start the session. I don't know how far any short squeeze rally is going to go, because obviously there are still, you know, some issues that need to be navigated, and many of which are going to be solved or discussed and understood further come August 3. There's still obviously quite a few positives for the company in the pipeline. Production starting, and obviously, you know, that's kind of operationally what we want to see happening. People who are a bit longer term in the company are looking at this more so for the operations rather than short-term sugar rushes, although obviously people get into the stock for different reasons, and, you know, I'm not going to judge you either way. But yeah, anyway, so I think come Monday, we might actually see a bit of a return in, you know, an attempt to squeeze the shorts out of the stock. But, you know, obviously I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm definitely not a fortune teller, so I can't say that with any 100% certainty. Anyway, just a little quick video on what I think is going on with Muln Automotive at the moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything. It's been a very interesting week. What do you guys make of it? Have we seen the end of the return of buyers, or is that going to be a continued trend into next week? And how do you think you know, as we're heading towards August 3, how do you think you know, the proposals being voted on are going to weigh on the stock price? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, everyone, have a great weekend, and may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.